Welcome to Secrets of Stand-Up. I'm Rich Williams. I'm going to tell you everything I know about stand-up comedy so that you can be a better comic. I make a video every day. It comes out at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And I got to tell you, I wasn't going to make a video about this because there's certain things that I automatically assume comics know about, which isn't smart for me. I have to realize that I'm dealing with people of all levels. So I was talking with a comic last night. He's been doing it since October, maybe a little bit more than a month, and he's super excited, very enthusiastic. He's doing this like it's a full-time job, and it's great. I could tell just how amped he is about comedy. He's writing every day. He's doing it for hours on end, performing all the time. Again, he's only a month into it or so. And in his enthusiasm, he told me about one of the things that he does, which is he writes at the open mic, he writes down notes for each comic that goes up. Then he folds the piece of paper up and hands it to them to help them out. And I'm like, I started having a panic attack. I'm like, dude, please stop doing that. Don't ever do that for a number of reasons. But in case you're not aware, this is very important. If you're at an open mic or just a regular comedy show, whether you're performing or not performing, it doesn't matter. Do not be writing in your notebook. Do not be writing in your phone, because the other comics will think that you're stealing material. It's one of those big unwritten taboos. You do not write while other people are performing, because they don't know what's going on. They may know you, they may not know you. Imagine they don't know you. They're performing and their buddy goes, hey, that one open micer, he was just writing stuff down, looking up at you and writing stuff down. It's a recipe for disaster. You also don't want to give comics unsolicited advice. You don't want to hand them a piece of paper with a bunch of tags on it or suggestions, because comics, I made a video about this before, they're very protective of their material. Who are you to give somebody else advice? That's why I always ask comics, I started by saying, hey, I love this one joke. Great job. I have a tag or two. Are you open? I know a lot of people aren't, but are you open? Because I'd like to tell you, but I don't want to be an asshole. Only if they say yes will I tell them the tag. But this guy was writing full out notes. And if he did that to me, I mean, I'm different because I'm understanding and I realize that people don't know all of these unwritten rules. That's why I made this channel. But most comics would be like, who do you think you are? You've been doing this for a month and you're going to tell me about my act and my material and what's very personal to me? It's an easy way to make a lot of enemies in the scene. The other thing you do, simmer down, Willie, stop chasing your tail. The other thing you don't want to do is when you're recording your set, don't just leave your phone recording for the whole show or your camera, whatever you're recording with. Do not do that. Ideally, just record the intro to you going up and your set. I know that's not always possible, so you might have the tail end of the comic before you on your video. 5 more minutes. Because you need to set it up and hit record so you can go and get ready to go on stage. But as soon as you get home or whenever, edit that part out of their act. Don't have that floating around out there. Because if for some reason that happens to get posted, or I don't know, if I saw my set online or somebody sent it to me, they're like, yeah, everybody's laughing about this, I'd be furious. So don't put yourself in that situation. And he even, it made me laugh because he said he was going to start analyzing people's sets by putting them up on YouTube and talking about them. And I'm like, dude, are you out of your mind? You're going to record people's workout practice at open mics of comics in your area, and then you're going to sit there as a person who's done it for a month and a half and give your breakdown of it? And it wasn't until I said these things that it dawned on him. But he didn't know. He was just caught up in his excitement for comedy. He thought he was helping. As I always say, help your fellow comics, but help yourself first. It's important not to ruin your reputation because you're a big helper. My dogs are going crazy. Hey, come in here. Come now. Cookies. Chewy bones. I don't feel like editing tonight. I spent the whole day. I got so much crap on Twitter because this guy who talks about men's clothes was saying that dressing nice doesn't exude class. It has nothing to do with class. I'm like, well, it kind of has something to do with it. Have you ever seen that website, People of Walmart? And then people are going to this channel, and somebody left a few like weird comments, and then people are taking the still images from my videos going, look at how you dress. After I wore that 70s tux jacket last night, and I'm taking my own advice. I don't know that this is my look, but I'm like, yeah, I'll dress up again, huh? So yeah, don't film other comics. Don't post that footage. Don't write out a bunch of notes for other comics. If you've only been a month in, don't offer advice to people. Just sit there quietly and learn as much as you can. And this goes back to the idea of comics saying, oh, you can't teach people to be funny in a stand-up comedy class. Those same comics that have that mentality will be furious at a brand new comic who makes those types of mistakes and go, well, he should know. He should already know you don't do that. How? How should he know? That's not something they cover in a special. That's not something that's announced at the beginning of the open mic. So yeah, go easy on the newcomers too. Just pull them aside and say, hey, this is not a good look. Here's why. All right, be good to each other. I'll see you tomorrow.